On my first day, I have to admit, I was a little pessimistic and cynical. The old place did things so badly. There was a lot of miscommunication, tension, pointing fingers. People were quitting all the time. The nurse manager told me this unit was a little different than most, that it operated on a just culture mentality. She explained to me that it meant staff weren't punished for mistakes, yet held accountable for their responsibilities. I have to be honest, I didn't believe her. I thought she was pitching me something that sounded too good to be true. I wasn't getting my hopes up. But you know what? After a couple of weeks, I did start noticing that something was a little different here. It was something that made me eager to come into work. I first noticed it on my third day when I saw one of the nurses approach a nurse aide. From my old job, I was kind of expecting it to go like this.
Why isn't this patient's chart updated?
What do you mean?
What I mean is she hasn't been checked up on since 11:30. So go take care of the patient.
Take care of?
Yes, go take care of her before she gets another 2 hours without being attended to.
See, I was expecting it to go like that. But instead, I saw this.
Hey, Sharon, I just noticed that Mrs. Green's chart hasn't been updated recently. Could you please go get her vitals, including blood pressure, pulse, and temperature?
Sure. Anything else?
Oh, yeah. Could you also let her know that we'll be taking some blood in about an hour, and she should be able to have something to eat after that?
Okay. I'll take care of it and update her chart.
Oh, great. Thanks, Sharon.
Okay.
Yeah, it went smoothly. I remember feeling like I was in a twilight zone, but in a good way. Then a couple of days later, I witnessed an interaction that I was pretty sure would lead to a fight.
Hey, Stephen, did you just drop a meal off to Mr. Turner?
Yeah, why?
Well, the meal he got had ham in the green beans.
So?
Stephen, Mr. Turner is on a strict vegetarian diet as of last week. I updated his chart myself. Didn't you get the paperwork?
Look, it's not my job to taste the food to make sure it doesn't have meat in it.
Stephen, the food menu explicitly states green beans with ham bits. See, it's right there.
Don't put that in my face and don't tell me how to do my job. I don't get paid enough to put up with this. Here, you do it.
Yep, I was bracing myself for a fight, especially since Stephen can be a bit moody at times. But the strangest thing happened.
Hey, Stephen, did you just drop off a meal to Mr. Turner?
Yes?
Well, the meal that he got had ham in the green beans.
So?
Stephen, Mr. Turner's on a strict vegetarian diet as of last week. I updated his chart myself. Didn't you get the paperwork?
It's not my job to taste the food to make sure there isn't meat in it.
Stephen, I promise. I am not meaning to upset you. I just want to make sure that our patients get their proper diets.
Well, I am upset. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you, Jan. I'm having a really bad day.
Okay. I'll tell you what. How about you take a little break and clear your head? I'll have Tracy take the card over in the meantime. And when you've calmed down, come and see me. And I will go over the process for diet changes and answer any questions you have, okay?
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Thanks.
Apparently, Stephen found out his mother had cancer that morning, so he was understandably on edge. But Jan really kept her cool, which caused Stephen to keep his. I was starting to realize how the nursing staff really seemed to communicate well and respect each other. But I was still unconvinced about the physicians. At my old job, there was a definite divide between doctors and nurses. And whenever there was a mistake, the doctors always blamed it on someone else. When I overheard Dr. Keaton make a big mistake, I was sure I was going to hear,
"Yeah, give me the pharmacy." Hello, this is Dr. Keaton. I recently prescribed a medication for one of my patients, and I would like to cancel that immediately. Julie Myers. Myers, M-E-Y-E-R-S. October 19th, 1947. Yes, correct. Zocor. The patient just informed me that she has been taking Lipitor since her cardiologist prescribed it last week. No, that's all. Thanks.
I was expecting him to pass the buck and just walk on by, since he didn't seem to notice anyone had overheard him make the call. But instead, once again, the strangest thing happened.
Yes, I forgot that the patient informed me yesterday of her taking Lipitor since her cardiologist prescribed it last week. No, that's all. Actually, please make an alert in her file to ensure that this doesn't happen again. Thank you. Jan, I'm afraid I forgot about Mrs. Myers telling me about her being prescribed Lipitor. I called the pharmacy, explained the situation to them, and we canceled the Zocor. Can you please make sure that all the nursing staff are aware that she is not to have any other lipid-lowering drugs prescribed to her, and make a note in her file?
Sure, Dr. Keaton.
Thanks so much. I feel bad about that I forgot. I'll make sure to indicate that it was my oversight in the report.
We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
So I know it's only been a few weeks, but I'm starting to see the glass is half full, and I really do think that healthy communication is possible in such a high-stress field.
Hi, how are you? I was wondering, can you help me with this patient down here?